Not many people actually know this, but across the last 3 years, I have traveled and lived in over 35 different countries. And I have been to every city that you can ultimately imagine that's been a buzzword of the best digital nomad locations. So, for today's video, I want to break down my top 5 favorite digital nomad locations, why I love them so much, the advantages and disadvantages of living there, and just realistic views on if you're looking to live remotely, where you should consider. I'm a bit biased because I'm originally from New York and I love New York City. I love the US, but I always knew I wanted to live abroad for at least a few years in my mid 20s and actually save money while doing so. Before we dive into the exact locations, one thing I think you should know is if you're considering becoming a digital nomad is that this lifestyle, while it's amazing and you get to see and travel and live in different countries, there is a huge difference between traveling and going on vacation and seeing a country versus actually immersing yourself in the culture and living there for months at a time, if not longer periods of time. So just keep that in mind. I know that seems like common knowledge, but it can really catch up to you, especially if it's a different time zone, if it's a completely different culture with culture shock. And I really do think it comes down to knowing yourself as an individual and knowing your limits when it comes to travel, different environments, and what you're comfortable with. Number one location I think you should add to your list is Mexico, and specifically a city, Mexico City. Mexico City truly surprised me because I am such a beach girl. I'm living in Thailand now. I love beach locations. But Mexico City, I'll tell you why. To me, Mexico City reminded me of a much cleaner, a much greener New York City. There is amazing shopping. It's very walkable. I stay specifically in Roma and Condesa areas, which is very safe for foreigners. You do have to do your research. You do need to be careful, but it is such a great location and city for amenities, lower cost of living, to actually save money while you work, and to be inspired by the atmosphere similar to New York or LA. There's big skyscrapers, there's a buzz, people are working. So you have that environment that's very different than locations like here in Thailand. So for those reasons, I would strongly recommend looking out Mexico City. There's a few co-workings that I'll break down in future videos. I specifically love the co-working hub in Mexico City. There's amazing restaurants. It is just a great location to actually start to travel and work remotely. And from my experience, it's actually pretty easy to meet other online business owners or entrepreneurs that are also doing the same thing as you. Number two is actually where I am right now currently, which is Thailand. For me, Southeast Asia and Thailand specifically really holds a special place in my heart. Number one, its safety in Southeast Asia is unbeatable. As a solo female, or if you're coming alone as a girl, it is very safe here. I could walk around by myself, be completely fine at night. I can leave my keys in my bike completely unattended. Another thing as well is Thailand has an amazing DTV visa program, which is a 5-year digital nomad visa actually made for digital nomads. So this is a great option. It's a great selling point to get you here. It's not crazy expensive. It's about 400, 500 US dollars for the 5-year visa, which is not that bad. In the past, it was like $10,000 for a 1-year visa. So Thailand has significantly lowered the price, and it's just a lot more affordable and accessible for expats to live here. Another thing as well with Thailand is there are so many hidden gems and untouched beaches, and luxury here is on another level. That is personally why I love living here. I think if you can afford it, and when I say afford, I say afford the flight over and also afford your time, because the time difference is no joke. It's about 12-hour time difference directly from New York. Sometimes that will fluctuate from 13 hours to 11 hours, but it's about half a day ahead of where everyone else and where my clients are based. So it's something to consider, but it's such a great environment, and the people I've met here have been truly so inspiring. There is one thing that I will say. In this lifestyle of becoming a digital nomad and living anywhere in the world, you really do attract and meet other energies of other people that are living unconventional lifestyles and have similar mindsets and values as you. So that's something really special. And I find myself specifically in Thailand really becoming attracted to those types of people, whether they've sold their business, they have an online business that they're running, or they're just really into health and wellness, which is something that's really amazing in my eyes. Number three is somewhere that I lived in Europe, and it's pretty accessible, Lisbon, Portugal. Similar to Thailand, Lisbon also has a digital nomad visa program where it's a little bit more accessible than other countries in Europe or abroad to get access to a visa for expats. So that's first and foremost why I put it on the list. Additionally to that, kind of similar to Thailand, it's a city, so it has more life and city life than Thailand, and kind of similar to Mexico City, but it also has beaches if you're looking for that. Where I stayed was around downtown Lisbon, and the beach from my apartment was about a 30-minute drive. So I had the city life. I could really walk anywhere. Ubers also were very, very affordable, honestly more affordable than Thailand, and it was just great. And also the best thing about like these locations in Europe is that flights are very inexpensive to hop to other countries. So from Lisbon, I could go to France, Spain, wherever I wanted to pretty accessibly, basically on a whim, which is a huge selling point to Europe in general. I will say it has become a little bit more crowded over the years, especially depending on the time of year you go. So if you're considering Lisbon, maybe don't go during European summer, maybe consider spring, early fall. I think those might be a little bit less touristy. I ended up going midsummer, about mid-August 2023, and it was still amazing, but it was a little bit touristy. So just keep that in mind. I think it's a great hub, a great home base. I also love the cafe culture there, just working from cafes. It's amazing. Highly recommend Lisbon, Portugal. On topic of Europe, another one I want to mention as well is Barcelona. In a lot of these digital nomad communities I'm actually in, Barcelona has been such a buzzword of the next best location to live as a digital nomad or expat. Barcelona is booming right now from either online business owners or people that have sold their business and looking to live abroad. Similar to Lisbon, Barcelona also has a great city in addition to a beach somewhat nearby. I will say though, for both Barcelona and Lisbon, it is not the same type of beach as per se Southeast Asia or even Mexico. The beaches in Europe are rocky, but for me, all I really want in a location as of now for a digital nomad city is somewhere that I can really grind and work, because that's where I'm at in my life personally. So these are cities that I really think are great for that. The last city I will mention, again, I'm a little biased because I'm here right now, but I think Bangkok, Thailand is also a great city for a digital nomad to consider. Why I think this is because it's such a big city. I did a little bit of research and it has over 8 million people in the city. It's a huge city. Opportunity-wise, there are so many great co-workings. There's a lot of interrails and above ground walkways you can walk in between coffee shops. It's a great city for the buzz and hustle if you're looking for that, similar to Los Angeles or New York, which, to be honest, being here in Thailand, sometimes I do miss that. I do miss the buzz. Being in Phuket, I think it's a great hub and it's somewhere worth considering if you're still looking for that buzz of a city, but you want to live abroad and get a taste of what abroad life is like. That said, I might do another video like this actually breaking down the reality, the pros and cons of each city, because I didn't really dive into that today. There's a lot of factors for consideration, both good and bad. All of these locations, though, from my personal opinion, coming from the USA, being able to have the privilege to live and work anywhere in the world is such a luxury. So I think that you really need to remember that wherever you go, to always be respectful of the culture, always be respectful of the community there, and actually maybe try to even get involved with learning and understanding the culture where you're at. That's something I always try to do no matter the location I am, because I truly do recognize the privilege to be able to get to go and live in other countries. That said, I'll be diving deeper into a couple more countries and locations worth considering, whether you have a remote job, you're an online business owner like myself, just living anywhere in the world. But let me know if you want to see more of these types of videos, diving deeper into some of the places I've been. And as always, I'm so happy you're here and I can't wait to dive deeper into more travel topics.